Galactus is one of the oldest, one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Universe, the devourer of worlds, and he's cut a path of destruction straight through the cosmos, eating every planet that he finds along the way. Galactus is literally the ultimate cosmic predator. He's a huge threat for any hero to face. But that's entirely what the Justice League is for. The team was formed because while DC is filled with powerful heroes, they often face threats that no hero can handle on their own. And so enter the Justice League. But are they enough to handle Galactus? Can the Justice League beat Galactus? Well, let's find out. Now, the first thing we really gotta talk about, gotta lay out just how powerful is Galactus. I mean, if this is the threat that the Justice League are gonna be trying to take down the Justice League, well, he better be bringing some serious heat, some serious power. So just what is he capable of? Well, that's actually a trick question. It's a little bit more complicated than just one set power level, because it actually depends on how full Galactus is at the moment. Now, Galactus has never been fully fed. That might not even technically be possible because he literally has insatiable hunger. That kind of implies never being full. But while it's probably never gonna happen, if it did, it's safe to say that Galactus would be on par with other abstract beings in power. So beings like Eternity, Infinity, guys like that, basically fundamental forces of the universe. Now, when Galactus is at his normal power levels, after having just a nice full course meal, well, he's an absolute monster. Easily one of the most powerful beings in the whole Marvel universe. I mean, he can just casually chuck Thor to another planet. Backhand Silver Surfer all around. He swatted Beta Ray Bill like an annoying fly. You have to know that he's going to be doing the same thing to the Justice League's heavy hitters. Even people like Superman, Martian Manhunter, or Wonder Woman, Galactus can throw them all around just the same. He's done it routinely. Galactus is simply above these heroes. No question about it. I'm not even sure that the Justice League can physically hurt Galactus either. At least not when he's fully fed. I mean, Galactus will never even try to dodge attacks that are coming his way, simply because he's always more powerful than anyone that he fights. Sometimes he won't even notice that people are trying to fight and stop him. We're literally like ants to this guy. And so you gotta be like a Superman level hero to even begin to get Galactus' attention, much less actually try and hurt him. He doesn't even feel a full powered punch from the Thing. He's not even phased when Thor hit him with Mjolnir. The Ultimates, an alternate version of the Avengers, will they attack him, give him their best shot, and all they got. It does nothing. And this isn't necessarily a one-off either. Galactus can literally just stand there while swarms of heroes attack him. The best hero is nothing compared to Galactus. And that's gonna include the heavy hitters from the JL. He's been blasted back by Thanos, and just got up a little pissed off from it, then instantly beat Thanos and had him begging for mercy. He was able to take a full-on headbutt from Odin and shake it off, while Odin was knocked out from the attack and forced to go into the Odin sleep in order to recover. He can casually survive it if you literally throw a moon at him, and we know that because Silver Surfer did it just to get his attention. Galactus can even easily sit inside an exploding star or survive being at the core of a galaxy. The guy is ridiculously durable. And sure, there have been moments where heroes have knocked him over. They've gotten the drop on him. He was even one time scared that Thor was straight up gonna kill him with the God Blast, his most powerful attack. But this is all when Galactus has been seriously weakened, or he's on the verge of straight up starving to death. By and large, Galactus is so durable that he can take a punch from Superman and barely even register the attack. He's able to manipulate and control energy to an absolutely absurd degree. I mean, stars straight up go out in his presence. They simply just go out. He's easily absorbed attacks from Silver Surfer, absorbed all the energy from Ultron, and it's not just that he can absorb energy, he can also dish out some pretty powerful energy blast, like one-shotting Silver Surfer, one-shotting Thanos, even one-shotting Celestials. He's been in fights before where they're straight up destroying galaxies. He beat up Mephisto while in his own realm. Galactus was in a fight before where they were threatening to destroy the universe. His telepathy is enough to overwhelm Thanos. He telepathically fought against Odin. He's too much for Professor X when Galactus wasn't even aware anything was going on. So good luck to Martian Manhunter trying to peek into that head. He's easily thrown around the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, sent people back in time grown to the size of stars, stripped people of their powers. Galactus is seriously no joke. Even if he's a little bit hungry, even if he's full on starving, well, he's still able to fight off the Avengers, take attacks from the Avengers, shatter planets, take planet-destroying blast. He was even able to fight against the Phoenix Force for a little while. So it's not like Galactus actually gets all that weaker when he's hungry. He's still too much for any hero to take on. I mean, one time in the far-off future, when Galactus was probably as close to starving to death as you can get, he was still able to fight against King Thor and straight up punched Thor clean through the earth. The force from that punch was so much that he actually shattered the moon along with it. So, like, seriously, what are the Justice League even gonna be able to do? Like, how can you physically match up against Galactus here? Well, you get yourself some true heavy hitters. That's what you do. You get yourself a Superman, a guy who can throw planets around, even move whole solar systems, just when they're compressed really small. Then you get yourself a Martian Manhunter, who's just as strong as Superman, and a Shazam, who's just as strong as Superman and is basically his magical counterpart. Throw in Wonder Woman, Green Lantern for good measure, and that might just be enough for Galactus to begin to notice. Maybe not straight up overpower him and beat him up, but definitely make him notice. And heck, who knows? Maybe if Galactus is weak and hungry enough, that actually is enough power to beat him. I mean, that's something the Avengers and the Fantastic Four have done before. The Justice League have the firepower to where they could do it too. It would just require the right Galactus. It would have to be a really hungry, really weak Galactus, but it could happen. Now, I will say this, you amp Superman enough, and I think he might be able to do it. I think his World Forger feat is just insanely impressive. If you don't know what that is, well, let me explain it to you. So the World Forger is this being from the 6th dimension, the brother of the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor, and his whole thing is creating universes all in an attempt to craft the perfect multiverse. And it's Superman's job to stop that, because creating a new multiverse isn't really the best thing for the people living in the current multiverse. So Superman began to sun dip, starting at just one sun, then flying to more and more and more until he's feeling faster and stronger and more powerful than he ever has before. feeling more than ready to take on the World Forger. And man, take him on he did. With just one punch, Superman not only beat the World Forger and left pretty much a continent-sized hole on the planet, but he also cracked and damaged the 6th dimension and destroyed the World Forger's masterpiece, destroying an empty entire universe that was stored within that hammer. If that happened again, and really if it played out exactly the same way, well then Superman has a shot at putting down Galactus. But the odds of that happening, while they aren't 0%, they also aren't 1%. Basically, it's just if Galactus was in that same situation and took the place of the World Forger here, well, Superman could probably knock him out. It's a Superman who's sun dipped like hundreds of times, so not even close to base level Superman. Now I think one thing we have to do here is we kinda have to define what exactly we mean by beating Galactus. Because does beating Galactus mean straight up beating him? Knocking him out? Because if so, I mean, good luck. Sure, it could happen. It would just require Galactus to go into the fight already super weak and super hungry, or just the perfect right situation. Usually though, it requires a universal level being to match up and beat Galactus. A dude like Odin. Last I checked, the Justice League didn't include Odin. But while you can define beating Galactus as literally beating him, you could also define beating Galactus as simply stopping him from eating the Earth. I mean, that is kind of the main goal for all our heroes here. Just protect the Earth from this universal cosmic being. That actually seems to be a lot easier than you'd think. I mean, the Avengers and the Fantastic Four and all of them have managed to do it each and every time that Galactus comes around. And this is probably where Batman comes into play. He's the strategic mastermind of all strategic masterminds. The guy who's got a plan for each and every situation, no matter what. It actually wouldn't surprise me at all if Batman didn't already have a plan for how to take on Galactus, even though Galactus isn't even in his multiverse. That's how prepared Batman is. He's ready for literally anything you throw his way. You surround Batman with some other world-class super geniuses like Mr. Terrific, and you give them all some powerful and versatile heroes to use. Superman, Captain Atom, Dr. Fate. Well, it's entirely possible that they could come up with some plan to send Galactus packing. After all, you don't gotta beat Galactus, just convince him not to eat the Earth. They could rob him of his powers, contain him in a prison, or maybe even turn him for good. And it's not like all those things haven't happened before. Cable one time shrunk him down to pin particles and shot him into outer space. Beta Ray Bill one time nearly beat Galactus single-handedly by destroying planets and essentially starving him to death. Heck, one time Galactus visited the Earth in the 1600s and Leonardo da Vinci beat him. There's more than one way to skin a planet-eating, life-devouring, immortal god-like being who's older than the universe itself. So, can the Justice League beat Galactus? In a straight-up fight? No, I don't think so. You gotta be a bit more powerful to do that. Galactus is one of the absolute best there is. While they might be able to beat Galactus in insane one-off situations, by and large, Galactus is above and more powerful than any hero that Marvel or DC has to offer. However, can the Justice League convince Galactus to spare the Earth? Well, I think that's a bit more reasonable. and give them enough time to come up with a plan. Just give them a heads up that Galactus is on his way, about a day or so, and I think they can do it. This is the Justice League after all. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.